Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back. If we've not met, my name is Clementina. I'm a project manager and I'm an entrepreneur. And please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that when I post new videos, you'll be able to watch them as soon as you can. I'm super excited today because we're going to be looking at something that is dear to my heart, and I believe that when you watch this video, you'll find it useful, especially if you're starting, looking to grow, or you're building your ushering business. Yes, I said ushering business. Ushering is a business, and it is essential that we treat it as one. Today, we're going to be looking at misconceptions about the ushering business. What are misconceptions? Misconceptions are usually ideas that people have that are actually not true. And for the ushering business, we see that there are a lot of misconceptions about this industry, and that is what I'm going to be addressing today. I want to say thank you to everyone that has reached out to me via Instagram or dropped their questions and their comments for me on Facebook. I'm very, very happy. And to everyone that has watched my previous videos and have questions, I'd like to encourage you to please leave your questions for me at Glorious_Ushering on Instagram. You can send a DM to that particular channel, or you can also send me a direct message on my personal Instagram handle, which is Clementina.Busayo. You can also find Clementina Busayo on Facebook and on LinkedIn. So feel free to ask me any question at all about your ushering business. Now, to start with, I already said that misconceptions are things that are not true but are seen to be true about something, an idea, or people. For the ushering business, if you have watched the previous videos on this channel, you would see that we already established that ushering is a business, that the ushering service is actually a business because it empowers people, it addresses the need for economic growth and decent work, and there's a lot you can do when it comes to impacting people if you actually start and you actually build your ushering business properly. So today we are going to be looking at misconceptions about the ushering business. The first misconception I see about the ushering business is that it's charity. So a lot of time people in the event industry, there are a lot of vendors, For a party, you can have close to 100 vendors. Just to mention a few, you have the event planner, you can have the florist, you can have the decorators, you can have the caterers, you can have the videographers, the photographers, you can have the event designers, you can have the costumiers, which costumiers, that's people that take care of the costume. You can have the venue manager, you can have the Usherpreneur, that's the ushering agencies that are involved in catering to your guests at the party. Like, there are a lot of vendors that you can have when planning an event. And from this list of people when they plan their event easily think that, oh, I'll pay my photographer, yes, I'll pay my videographer, but when it comes to engaging the use of an ushering agency, some people go like, wow, so why should I pay them? And they think it's something that I can just get random people to do. Oh, if we enter into any institution of higher learning, we can just get people to actually just do ushering. No, it doesn't work that way. Number one, ushering is not charity. So for the ushering service business, for example, using Gloriouswills ushering services as an example, as a business, we teach the business of ushering, we train ushers to be professionals, and we provide ushering services for events. So think about it this way. When we train ushers, we have a monthly hangout. It's called the virtual hangout where we bring expert guests to talk on different topics. Topics such as etiquette, customer service, and so on and so forth. So before an usher can actually grow within the industry, he or she must be exposed to a level of training. Because even the fact that you stand, you smell, all of those things can be learned. So it's important for people to know that there's a lot of training that goes into making the ushers look the way they are, present themselves the way they do, and actually deliver an excellent service to guests or clients, as the case might be. So it's very, very, very important to know that ushering is actually not charity. It's not a free service, it's a paid service. People earn their means of livelihood from ushering as a business. And we all agree that for a business to be profitable, you have to be making profit. So whatever goes into your business, at least you must be able to cater to that and also have something to the profit position of your business. So ushering is not charity. Ushering is a business, and it's a paid business. The second thing I would like to address as we go forward is that ushering is an hobby. Ushering is an hobby. Ushering is not an hobby. It's not just a position, or it's not just a service that picks together random people. Like I said earlier, in the Gloriouswills ushering service, we are a business. Number one, we're a registered business. We're recognized under the law of Nigeria as a business that is permitted to do business within the cities and the states we actually exist. Now, for something to be an hobby, that means you do it at your leisure, and sometimes it might just be random. So for us, it is not a random approach. We just don't wake up to show up to people. We show up based on specifications, needs, and what clients need to be done per time. So as a business, we already have our structures, our systems, and our teams that actually answer to provide the ushering service for people. As I was saying earlier, for you to be an usher in, for example, Gloriouswills ushering service, you have to have a CV sent to the designated email address. When your CV gets to the designated email address, you would have the team review it, and if they find you from what you have shared on your CV, either from your experience or the skill set you have. And I want to say this emphasis on skill set here, because I see that a lot of people, that a lot of ushers reach out to me to say, oh, I don't have an experience, I've not ushered before, so how can I get selected? So think about it this way. If you are somebody that has never ushered before, but you know how to sew, or you know how to make hair, or you know how to do makeup, you can highlight such service, or you even have digital marketing skills. Who told you that if you pitch yourself to a business to say, I can manage this particular aspect of your business, I can manage the email marketing, the digital, or the social media handles, you will find that you would definitely get a space in that business, and you might even get much more than being an usher who will just do a one-time service and go. So it's important that if you do not have experience, you actually highlight your skills when you are submitting your service to any ushering agency at all. And I think this would even work for people that are looking for a job. In case you think that you don't have an experience and you want to get into that an industry, when you research online, take for example ushering. So as an usher, what is important for you to do? It's important for you to be courteous, it's important for you to be respectful, it's important for you to maintain a good look, and it's important for you to maintain an online profile that is actually beautiful. So you're not found doing clumsy things online, or talking talking anyhow to people, you would realize that if you can highlight some of those skills that you already have, you would be able to pitch yourself to say, oh, this is the skill I have that matches the role I want in your company, and that is why I know that I'll be a good fit for your business. And that is it. Like, it's as simple as that. So that takes me back to when I was talking about the process of becoming an usher. So let's say you've submitted your CV, you have highlighted your experience on your CV, you have highlighted your skill set on that particular CV, and you get shortlisted. Now, it's important for you to understand what applies in the ushering agency you're about to work with. For example, if the ushering agency requires that you undergo their training, now there are different models for that training. For example, in Gloriouswills ushering services, we usually have monthly events, which is known as the monthly virtual hangout. Now, we talk about topics, and it's important that when we request that, to know that, because these events are usually hosted online, when people say, who is online, please provide your name, your location. When you are in such meetings and you don't provide your name and location, or you don't acknowledge the fact that you have read the message and you are online, you will discover that when the opportunity or when the attendance is being taken, it's seen by the agency that you are not there, like you did not attend that particular event, and it automatically affects the selection. So take for example, if there have been 10 virtual hangouts and somebody has attended, let's say 8, and you have only attended or acknowledged 2, you will see that the person that has done 8, the company assumes that based on the person's participation, he or she understands what the company stands for and can represent the company almost appropriately in the face of their guests. So look at yourself. If you are an usher, an hostess, or a waitress listening to this, and you think that the odds are against you because you have not been getting jobs, think about it. Is there something that that particular business requires of you that you are not doing? I want to say this here, that it is important to serve people the way they want to be served, not the way you want to serve them. Another thing is that there are some agencies that have their training portals. When you log into their training portals, when you progress in those trainings, they can actually see back end which trainings you have completed and which trainings you have not completed. So if you think that you can beat the system to say, oh, I already logged in, but you did not take the training, you may just be shooting yourself in the leg. This is all to say that ushering service is not an hobby. There's a lot of thought process that goes into it, especially training of those people that eventually join the ushering agency to become ushers, hostesses, or as the need may be, waitresses, depending on the context and the environment they are functioning in. So I hope you understand that ushering service is not an hobby. The ushering business is a business that is properly structured, and there are systems to make people professionals in that service.